Hi, everybody. Today I want to give a quick introduction to how it's going to look like as we do Romeo and Juliet. Um, Starting this week forward, we're going to have an assigned section from the play that you're supposed to read every week. And so make sure you check in at the beginning of the week on Mondays, or in the case of this week, check in on Tuesday and see what the assigned section is so you know how much you're supposed to read for that week. By the end of the week on Friday, you'll have a quiz, and that quiz is going to be a very straightforward quiz. It should be very easy if you've done your reading. The only reason it would be hard is if you haven't done the reading. So make sure you read, and by Friday, take your quiz. The quiz will help you review what happened in that section of the play. And then the last thing that's going to be due on Friday is some sort of argument writing. Most weeks you'll be required to write at least 3 paragraphs for your argument writing. Some weeks we may take a break and we may do a argument video instead, where you'll share your opinion via a video recording. But for most often, you'll be doing a writing section. So make sure that you are prepared, that you read the prompt, and that you know what you want to say. We've been studying how other people persuade, how other people argue, and now it's your turn to be the author or the writer. And so you're going to be practicing writing arguments. Something that's new starting this week forward is that we are going to have a classroom reading time. And so far we've just kind of been doing our own independent work. But one of the nice things about Romeo and Juliet is that it's a play, and the purpose of plays is to be read together with people. And so every Wednesday and Thursday, I'm going to be opening a Google Meet link that you can click and join. And in this Google Meet, we're going to be reading the play together. And that's the way that I suggest for people to do it, is to come and join the Google Meet. So on Wednesdays and Thursdays from 11 a.m. to 12 noon before lunch, we're going to read Romeo and Juliet together. And we may not use the whole hour depending on how quickly we get through the text. But that is one way for those of you that are a little bit worried about whether you'll read or not, is to actually join the classroom reading time. And so come into the Google Meet on Wednesdays and Thursdays from 11 to 12, and then we will read the Romeo and Juliet play together. This is also something that could be super helpful for you if the play is difficult to understand, because it is written in Shakespearean language, which is Old English, which a lot of us don't use anymore. And so join the classroom reading time so that you can make sure you're reading and you can make sure that you're understanding. That's what it's going to look like for us as we read Romeo and Juliet. So make sure you check every week on Monday to see what section you're supposed to read from the play. Make sure you're finishing your reading by Friday so that you can take your quiz and you can finish whatever argument writing or video that you have to do. In Schoology, what you'll see is that we have a new folder. It's called Week 5 R&J, or Romeo and Juliet Act 1. And what it's going to look like is every week you'll see that you'll have a copy of the book at the top. You'll have a quiz that's prepared for you, and then you'll have an argument writing assignment. And so if you open up the book in your iPad, you may have to wait a little while. It's going to load, and the first time that it loads, it does take time. It's a larger file, so make sure you wait and let it open. Something smart to do is once it loads, move it into Notability. If you move it into Notability, the file will be easier to open. But if you don't, that means every time you open up on Schoology, you'll have to wait for it to load. So this is what it looks like. This is Romeo and Juliet, the book. The interesting thing about this copy of the book is it's called the No Fear Shakespeare version. And you'll see that on one side is what we call the original text. And this is the text that is the Shakespeare text. And then on the other side is what they call the modern text, or the modern English, the English that we speak. And so you only have to read from one side. They basically mean the same thing, but one is the original Shakespeare language, which is this side, and then one is translated into modern English. And so this is also something that will help you if you get a little bit confused while reading. So that's the book. Okay, so make sure you open it, and like I said, move it into Notability. That's probably the best thing to do. And then this week you'll see the first quiz is open, and then the first argument writing assignment is also open. So that's what it looks like for us as we do Romeo and Juliet. Again, make sure you check in every week, make sure you take the quiz, make sure you do your argument writing. And then we have classroom reading time every Wednesday and Thursday from 11 to 12 o'clock. And you can find the Google Meet link for that. If you have any questions, make sure you email me, let me know how I can help you.